critical analysis of Nepal's economic crisis, disinvestment and excess liquidity. Current economic scenario. Nepal is currently facing a severe economic crisis characterized by disinvestment, where domestic production costs are higher compared to imports, leading to a decline in local industries. This situation is compounded by a significant accumulation of foreign remittances in banks, which have not been effectively utilized due to a lack of sufficient borrowers willing or able to invest in production sectors. As a result, banks are flush with liquidity but find themselves unable to channel this money into productive investments, particularly in mega projects like hydropower, which are crucial for long-term economic stability. And factors contributing to the crisis. 1. High production costs. The cost of producing goods in Nepal has become disproportionately high compared to importing similar goods. This is due to several factors, including expensive raw materials, high labor costs, inefficient infrastructure, and bureaucratic hurdles. As a result, domestic industries struggle to compete with cheaper imports, leading to a reduction in local production and investment. 2. Accumulation of foreign remittances. Nepal's economy heavily relies on remittances sent by Nepali workers abroad. While these remittances provide much-needed foreign currency and support household incomes, a large portion of this money remains in banks without being invested in productive sectors. This creates a liquidity surplus in the banking system, but without viable investment opportunities, this surplus becomes a liability rather than an asset. 3. Lack. Despite the availability of funds, banks are unable to find enough borrowers to take out loans for productive investments. This is partly due to the high cost of production, which deters entrepreneurs from expanding or starting new businesses. Additionally, political instability, regulatory uncertainty, and inadequate infrastructure make large-scale projects, such as hydropower, less attractive to investors. 4. Government borrowing. In response to the economic slowdown, the government is increasingly looking to foreign governments and international financial institutions for loans. While this provides short-term relief, it adds to the national debt burden and may lead to long-term economic instability if these loans are not effectively utilized in growth-promoting sectors. Potential consequences. 1. Economic stagnation. The combination of high production costs, low investment, and excess liquidity can lead to economic stagnation. Without new investments in productive sectors, particularly in industries that can generate employment and export revenue, Nepal's economic growth may slow down significantly. 2. Increased debt burden. Relying on foreign loans to cover budget deficits or fund projects that do not generate immediate returns can increase the national debt burden. This can lead to higher interest payments in the future, reducing the government's ability to invest in essential services and infrastructure. 3. Banking sector vulnerability. Banks that are unable to lend their excess liquidity may face declining profitability, leading to a potential banking crisis. If banks begin to offer loans at lower interest rates to attract borrowers, it could increase the risk of bad loans and defaults, further destabilizing the financial sector. 4. Unemployment and social unrest. Without investment in production sectors, job creation will remain stagnant, leading to high unemployment rates. This could lead to social unrest, particularly among the youth, who may feel disenfranchised and frustrated by the lack of economic opportunities. Strategies for addressing the crisis. 1. Promoting domestic production. The government must focus on reducing production costs through policy reforms and infrastructure development. This includes improving transportation networks, reducing bureaucratic red tape, and providing subsidies or tax incentives for domestic producers. Enhancing productivity through technological innovation and workforce training can also help local industries become more competitive. 2. Encouraging investment in mega projects. To utilize the excess liquidity in banks, the government should create an enabling environment for investment in large-scale projects, particularly in the energy sector. Public-private partnerships, PPPs, attractive loan terms, and clear regulatory frameworks can encourage both domestic and foreign investors to participate in these projects. Ensuring that these projects are economically viable and offer long-term returns is essential. 3. Diversifying the economy. Nepal needs to diversify its economic base beyond remittances and traditional sectors. This can be achieved by promoting sectors such as tourism, agriculture, and information technology, which have the potential to generate foreign exchange and create jobs. Encouraging small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, through access to credit and business development services is also crucial. 4. Effective utilization of foreign loans. The government should ensure that any foreign loans are strategically invested in projects that will generate sustainable economic growth. This includes prioritizing infrastructure development, education, and health, which can create a more favorable environment for private sector investment. Transparency and accountability in the use of these funds are critical to avoiding waste and corruption. 5. Financial sector reforms. To reduce the risk of a banking crisis, financial sector reforms are necessary. This includes strengthening credit risk assessment processes, promoting financial literacy among potential borrowers, and encouraging banks to explore new markets or sectors for lending. Additionally, the central bank should monitor and manage liquidity levels to prevent excesses that could destabilize the economy. Conclusion: Nepal's current economic situation requires immediate and coordinated action to prevent further deterioration. By addressing the structural issues that are driving disinvestment, reducing production costs, and effectively utilizing the available liquidity, Nepal can set the stage for sustainable economic growth. However, this will require strong political will, sound economic policies, and a commitment to long-term development goals.